Hello everyone, it's Peter here, Piotr Fisner. How you doing, guys? So in today's episode we've got a Marshall. This apply to the JBL and other Bluetooth speakers. We have from time to time customers either mailing in or dropping off their Bluetooth speakers, and not only Bluetooth speakers have this issue, but Bluetooth speakers are in purpose, I think, done this way. They don't have anything like a reset button, and once in a while, long while, if they are used by customers like more often for more hours, they tend to freeze the firmware, and no power many times is not to be fixed, it's to be diagnosed and to be just reset. If there would be a reset button here somewhere at the back, yes, or at the bottom, yes, which you couldn't normally press it, or look, here is a subwoofer slot, why not make a button there? Yes, you wouldn't have problem sitting too long. But instead manufacturers don't do reset buttons, yes, and what's happening is suddenly these are stopped working. So I had an apprentice yesterday, and the apprentice was like he's still new, yes. So what have happened was that I said, look, open PlayStation 5, close it. The second guy, who's working with me here, he was looking at his hands, so they followed the regular procedure of opening, closing. He seen why it's, things need to be done in a proper way. Then he done 1S, open and close Xbox. And then I said, okay, so I see that you can literally open things. So he said he does do laptop repairs. So I've checked, like, okay, so here is a laptop, yes, open it. I was looking how he's opening, and I've seen the confidence inside him. So I said, you know what, the last item we will do today will be Marshall Bluetooth speaker. And I said, look, the procedure is simple. First we need to check if we don't have any shorts. Yes, so we've checked the power inlet, there was no short. Okay, cool, happy days. I said, open the screws, don't touch anything. There can be up to 380 volts ish, so don't touch anything, just tell me once you've done it. You've done it. I've took the meter and I've checked power supply for any shorts all over the board, and I said that's the module, the power supply, which you shouldn't touch. You can touch the rest, that's not the problem. I've showed him a resistor, how to discharge capacitors after disconnecting from the power, that he can let's say save a hassle of feedback from capacitors, even if they are not under the current. So I've discharged it myself. I've showed him that I'm touching with my backhand and it's nothing, yes. And I said, okay, so we know we don't have shorts on the power supply, so the next procedure would be to power on the power supply. Again, I said to him that don't touch the power supply, and it's always me who's dealing with higher voltage. He can deal only with low voltage for the health and safety reasons. And so I plug in the power through the bulb, in series, and I've checked with a meter, and there was on the bridge rectifier 240 volts, and on the output on the DC was voltage as well. And then I've checked, and on the output was 18 volts. Happy days, yes, I think 18.5 or something. So I said, look, it's nothing wrong with the power supply, everything's fine, yes. So now we need to check if we've got a short on the PCB on the main board, and I've checked and there was nothing. So I said, now we need to check if when we will connect power supply and plug in the power, if we will get a voltage on it, and we did get. and there were two MOSFETs, clocking MOSFETs for providing the power on the main board, and I've checked on them as well, and they weren't shorted and they had a voltage when we plugged that in. So I said, let's try to turn it on, because then we will follow the power line, or it's just a reset and it will magically turn on. Yes. So I did open it, and it's working. So that's the whole procedure. What you need to do when you've got a dead speaker, you need to find someone who can deal with 240 volts comfortably without giving yourself a shock or die, and then you can disassemble and just disconnect the battery, because that's what we've done and I haven't described it here. So we need to disconnect the battery, wait 1 to 2 minutes, and then when it will reset we can do it. I will replace them. And so if it doesn't work, then you've got a problem with the main board. Yes, because you know you had a power on the power supply, so it's not a power supply issue, and you know that there was no short on the main board. So if you will plug in the power and you still got no power, that means there is a problem on the main board. But I knew it shouldn't be, because we had no short on the main board, so that's why it would be only the controller or like a processor or something, yes, could be dead if that would be the case. Yes, apart from that, and even if it's dead, you usually have some shorts. Yes, and you didn't. So that's everything, guys. That's all I wanted to show you. Dead speaker doesn't mean dead speaker, and it's worth checking for sure, and it's worth at least, you know, giving a small try. And we charge only £20 for the repair attempt fee, so you know, come on. Yes, I wouldn't say it's not worth checking. Everything in this video, guys. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like or subscribe. If possible, let's fix them all. Bye.